The ongoing violence in Libya and in the Middle East has caused a serious spike in oil prices. A barrel now costs slightly less than $100. And all of this is definitely having an effect on Wall Street. Stocks took a dive yesterday, the Dow closing 168 points lower. Joining us now with a look at how the turmoil abroad is really hitting us all here at home, CBS News business and economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis. And we've been talking over the last week or so, and the last couple weeks as we've been watching this unrest in the Middle East, it really came to a head with Libya as we saw oil prices go up. We know it can affect prices at the pump, but it can actually go further than that.
Yeah, it can go much further than that. And when you consider it, Erica, you're looking at prices at the pump now that are up 20 cents in just the last week. $3.38 a gallon is what you're going to pay as the national average. But that impacts shipping costs, which then in turn impact the price on clothing. They impact the price on groceries. They impact the price on really anything you can buy because it's costing companies more to do business.
And that's probably going into effect fairly quickly. I already saw gas prices had spiked at the gas station near my home yesterday.
Yeah, and it really is a regional thing too, Erica. We should mention that because depending on where you live in this country, you're going to pay more for a gallon of gas than $3.38, especially if you're in California or Hawaii or Alaska where it's the highest.
Where it's always much higher. It's not just those small items, though, that are related to things like shipping. It can be big ticket items like airplane tickets.
Well, airfare is a big one. Airfares are up now 6 times since the month of October, and that's because fuel costs are the second largest cost that airlines pay to keep their businesses running. That's second only to labor costs. For every dollar that oil goes up, their costs go up $1.6 billion. Wow. So it is a huge increase and a huge tax on the airlines when oil prices go up, but it's also something that we pay in the end.
Yes, and we will pay dearly for it. In the past few years, whenever we've seen gas prices spike, there seems to have been this pullback when it comes to buying cars, specifically gas guzzlers. Has that started to trickle down at all yet?
It's interesting because as of now, people are still buying cars. And in the month of February, auto sales jumped 27% in this country. So there is actually, what we haven't seen yet is an impact on the auto industry. Instead, what we've seen is people buying more of the gas guzzlers, buying the SUVs. The biggest difference between now and the last time that oil prices were as high as they are now is that a lot of the new cars are better. They're more fuel efficient. So people could actually go out and buy those to combat on some level the rising prices.
It may not hit their pockets quite as much.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot to think about. And boy, psychologically, $4 a gallon, or even close to it, depending, as you said, where you live in the country.
It's so true.
That's tough enough.
It can have a big impact.
Rebecca, thanks.